We're Jared and Meredith. Our love for travel and hiking led us to turn our small SUV into a mini home on wheels so we could explore the natural wonders of the U.S. After a few weeks on the road, we were hooked and returned home to convert a 1973 Airstream ambassador named Pauline into a tiny home so we could have more freedom and flexibility in our travels and in our life.
Welcome back to Diary of an Airstream. With the shower framed out, it was time to build the vanity. Because of the restraints of where we could place the drain pipe, the part of the vanity where the sink sits had to protrude more than we would have liked from the wall. However, we wanted to make the rest of the vanity as narrow as possible to save precious space in the hallway. We also wanted to make sure that we didn't crack our kneecaps every time we used the toilet. Enter this interesting angled situation.
Good morning. I don't know if you can hear me over the sound of our jet engine air conditioner, which I'm not complaining about because it's working. Today we are working on the vanity. Jared had already built it out and I walked in yesterday and was like, hey, can we scoot it over that way and add about 4 inches back into our pantry? And unfortunately I was correct and we can do that. So now we have to fix that, but then we will be able to move on to the rest of the street side buildings.
With the vanity revision complete, Jared was able to move on to framing out the other walls of the bathroom. The one you see him framing here will also conceal the pocket door, which we're trying to keep fairly narrow so we don't eat more space out of our bathroom or our hallway. That's why he's using 1x4s instead of the traditional 2x4s you would see in house framing. For the wall behind the toilet, we decided to prioritize space saving over strength since this wall is not load bearing and is also connected to several other walls and the pantry.
So Jared has pretty much finished putting up the wall panels for the bathroom. As you can see, we've left them unattached for now so that we can access inside to get the electrical finished and put in the plumbing for the shower. But today we're working on putting a board and batten finishing on these 2 wall panels, as well as building the sliding door and putting the board and batten finish on that one so that when it's closed it looks like one cohesive board and batten wall, but then you can kind of slide away the bathroom door to reveal the bathroom. So we think that's going to be a really cool finish, but it means lots of math.
I spared you the footage of us doing that math, but once we had our cut list, we started making 3-inch strips of the appropriate lengths to create the board and batten pattern on our walls.
Okay, so to do the board and batten on this wall, we have to accommodate for the fact that both the ceiling and the floor are a little bit unlevel in an Airstream. So what we've done is secured this yardstick so that it is level with the top of the door frame, and that's what we're going to base all of our boards on, because with board and batten, if you get unlevel or not square, it becomes super obvious super fast, and then we'll have to accommodate for the fact that the roof and the floor slope with the top board and the bottom board. So everything else should be square, but it may just slope slightly at the top and at the bottom, but that'll be fine because this is a 48-year-old Airstream, so you gotta give and take a little bit. Okay, so slight change of plans. We got the board and batten up on the wall. We got this piece fitted, which was super challenging because we had to work with the curve of the ceiling, which is abundant. But anyway, we got to the point of doing the door, and let me just show you what's going on with the door. You see how it's here at the top, but then it touches the wall here, and then it touches the other wall down here. Yeah, it's not supposed to do like that. So our problem is that our plywood is warped, and that's just kind of the nature of the beast with plywood, and we can't get a door that's thin enough that isn't plywood. So what we're gonna need to do is take a metal C-channel and fit it to the outside edge of the door to straighten it out so that it will slide easier. And since we're doing that, it's gonna take a while before we finish the door because we've got to order that C-channel. So in the meantime, here is the semi-finished product. We have a bathroom, we have a bathroom door. Also, here's a little bathroom tour. So when you open the door, This is the vanity. It's got a bunch of junk on it, but this is where the sink's gonna go. We're gonna put a real light fixture right here, but in the meantime, we do have light switches up. So that's our placeholder light. Over here, this is the shower, or at least the frame out for the shower. And then we've got our toilet. So everything's in there.